So Casey, I'm glad to speak with you. And there has been, I know we just spoke at the Emmys a few months ago, but there has been a lot going on for Chad. For the first time, I think, since you've been on the show, we've been now, just in a short period of months, there's been a lot happening for this character.
Absolutely. I think it took a little while for, Chad to kind of branch out into, the family and other characters on the show. And I think the writers, finally trusted me enough to carry on the storyline, and I feel so blessed and grateful that they did, and I'm having a blast. I'm having as most fun I've ever had on the show, and really love working with James Scott and Joe Moscolo, and now they're branching me out to a few other characters that I've always wanted to work with.
Like who?
With Molly Burnett, and
you finally get scenes with Molly now after all this time?
Finally got some scenes with Molly, and
okay.
We're really excited about them, and there's some really cool stuff coming up with those two characters that I cannot say. I'm sorry, but you will see.
All right.
Trust me, it's worth it. And
is art going to mirror real life in any way?
My lips are sealed.
Okay.
Not saying anything. So my character just got shot. My relationship with Abigail is blooming, and yet we still have some issues, of course, considering we're different families that we're basically enemies. But yeah,
I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot because through Chad's eyes, we see the Dimera family for all their flaws, but we also see them, I think, more human. Because Chad is kind of like a real person we would know in real life. And to see the Dimeras and sort of be horrified by the Dimeras through his point of view, it's been a really interesting perspective on a family that we thought we knew pretty well.
Right. The past couple of weeks, I feel like the Dimeras are more human than they have ever been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see, EJ, he's just, everything's kind of unraveling for him, and he's vulnerable, and he's, and he's choosing perfect moments to show that vulnerability. Especially with Chad, and it's nice to see that contrast, because it's not always black and white with the Dimeras, and I'm really enjoying everyone's performances.
Yeah. This week we just saw the truce between the Dimeras and the Kyriakises, which was much spearheaded due to Chad and Sonny. They were ones the younger generation who really fostered this thing. But how long do you really think this is going to last?
I mean, does it ever last? I mean, come on. It's without a conflict. I mean, you don't have a story, and there's always going to be conflicts with these two families, no matter what kind of truce you have, and
I love the metaphor that it's really like the younger people who are trying to get like the previous generations to change the error of their ways, stop the violence, and try an easier way so people don't get shot every day.
Exactly. It's a great message to send out to the world, and this younger generation, they're kind of influencing these families that have been in feud for so long, and it's very interesting, and it's I love that about my character and Sonny's as well.
Yeah.
So
now, in the past, I've asked you about Chill, which, the Chad-Will friendship, and then some, but now, lately, I have to say I've been loving the scenes that have been going on between Chad and Sonny.
You know what? I've been hearing a lot about that. I guess the scenes the other day that I had with Sonny where Chad sticks up for Sonny in front of Tad.
Right.
It's funny because, like, the thing with Chill, like, we never expected that to happen either. Right. It just kind of happened, and the fans, really enjoyed us together. And now Sonny and Chad, it's like, everyone wants us together now. And it's, I'm cool with it, whatever. Like, I'm enjoying it. I love working with Freddie. He's amazing to work with, and same thing with Chandler. And whatever happens. And I just feel blessed that I can work with such talented actors,
Yeah.
So. On
a much more surface note, Chad was shot this past week. Ugh. Can I say, dude, you have been working out. You have been working it out.
So Gary Tomlin pulled me aside about 3 weeks prior to that shoot, and he was like, "Look, your character's gonna be shot." I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die." He's like, "No, you're gonna get shot in the shoulder. You're fine." He's like, "Look, I'm just giving you a heads up so if so you can work out, beef up." I'm like, I was skinny, it was really hard for me to put on weight, but immediately I got onto the Brad Pitt workout program, the same workout program he used for Troy, and basically worked out every single day. was on a very strict diet, no carbs, no sugar, just chicken, fish, vegetables, eating as much as possible every day.
How did you do that? No sugar, no sweets?
Wake up first thing in the morning, 3 eggs and oatmeal, waited 2 to 3 hours, had a protein shake. I'd work out and then have a protein shake, and then I'd have like a chicken salad for lunch, and then I'd have like another protein shake or almonds or peanuts or something like that. And then I'd have, fish and vegetables and spinach and stuff like that for dinner. And then right before I went to bed, I had another protein shake.
Wow.
So just probably 200 grams of protein a day.
There was a great, not that there was a problem before, but definitely we saw in these scenes this past week that you have been working really hard on that.
Right. I mean, I did that in 3 weeks. I mean,
wow.
So if I'm trying to get back on the plan again, and then I'm going to see how long I can go for.
Okay.
Because it was really hard to not have any sugar and carbs. I mean, that kind of, your body just kind of is in shock.
And then more of our upcoming episodes, then we'll see more of Chad without a shirt, and we'll get to see the progress here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't had any yet, but I'm sure there will be.
And I heard Drake saying that he wants to help you with that. So.
Exactly.
And he's the man. He knows fitness. He does.
I love Drake. I love him. That's great.
All right. It's always so great to speak with you, Casey. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Take really good care again. Loving the work you're doing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, everyone.